Yeah, it's good to have you back with us after the AM news. And like I said earlier, we are going to be looking at issues that shaped 2022, the ups, the downs, the tears, and the joys. 2022 is characterized by the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are going to be looking at these all important areas, and we have some gentlemen with us here to help us have a kind of insight into what made 2022 thick. We have Saga Innocent, former ward secretary of the APC 2018 to 2020. He was also the former special assistant to the governor from 2019 to 2020 and leader in Ward 1 PDP Ward Matters. Saga Innocent, thank you for joining us this morning. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And we also have Joshua Urakba. He's a public affairs analyst. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
God bless you for having me.
Good morning. Yeah, 2022 has been quite eventful. Mr. Innocent, looking at the insecurity issues that characterize 2022, talking about banditry, terrorism, kidnapping, where we saw lots of monies being paid as ransom. How would you illustrate this aspect of 2022?
Thank you again. You will agree with me that 2022 was quite eventful in terms of insecurity. That has been the major, I repeat, major problem of this country, bedeviling this country. And you will agree, 2015, some of us were stakeholder in what sense in Nigeria politics. I was also a leader in the APC then. And this government told us that one of their major aim is to fight insecurity. And you saw what we have been seeing, 2022, insecurity, kidnapping, killing, assassination, just to mention a few. So for me, it has been a year full of troubles. And thank God we are still alive. We are in 2023, and Nigerians will change the narrative.
Yeah, Nigeria will change the narrative. Joshua Rapper, looking at 2022, do you think that we fared well in terms of economically? Because when you look at what the World Bank, how they rated Nigeria, it got to a point they told us that our growing inflation rate reduced the existing minimum wage by 55% and raised the number of poor by 5 million in 2022 alone. How would you look at our 2022 economically? Looking at where the previous administration brought Nigeria to economically, did we get better or we get worse? We got worse by the day.
I would say, looking at it economically, we were somehow backward. Because what happened during that period, 2022, in the area of the economic side, CBN, we see that the way the money was being done, the changes of the money really affected a lot of people. And I see that such a thing that happened in the year 2022 concerning such economical issue was so backward. But we know that in this year we are entering, a lot of changes must come. There must be an improvement in the area that we are lacking behind. So I want to say that economically, we should look inward to see where we are faulty. Because Nigeria is a very big country. for us to fall backward like that. So I want to say that Nigerians also have a voice into this matter. That we should look at it, that the CBN, the governor of the CBN, should also look into it and see where there is a problem, or see where we are lacking behind, so that in this year 2023 we are going to come out of such problems financially, economically. Look at what happened to the food rising items in the market. So the items also rise up. The common man, most of the common men cannot even buy things from the market because of the what, the prices that just escalated. So I want to say that in this year 23, if we look at it that we are going down, 23 will make us to see that we will have answers to all these our economical problems, and so that the rising of food items and this money will circulate around. We have a new money coming up. It's not really circulated now, and most of the common men, they are still, one way or the other, they are still complaining about this issue. So in this year 2023, I want the governor of the CBN and those who are working on it to look at how these issues can be trashed, so that the common men and the people, Nigerians especially, and those who are also around us, will also have an easy way out to use this money and to make sure that our happiness, our joy is complete, because we need this money to buy and sell things everywhere. So,
Thank you very much. Mr. Innocent, you are a politician. From your resume you just give to us now, you are a politician. And you agree with me that during the campaigns of the President Buhari, across the country, there was one thing he kept on repeating, which Nigerians were yearning to see. That is tackling corruption, bringing it down to the barest minimum. Because we discover that cases of corruption happens to be one of the evils bedeviling our nation, that has taken us steps backward than we could ever have imagined. And now, here came President Buhari telling us he's going to curb it. He's going to go after corrupt leaders. 2022, put it in perspective, sir. Take the case of the former Accountant General, Ahmed Idris, who allegedly embezzled over 109 billion naira, and so far 30 billion has been recovered from his account, according to EFCC. Would you say that a fight against corruption made headway in 2022?
Thank you so much. You see, we are in a country where people do things and they go like that. Thank God for EFCC. Thank God for the good job they are doing. Some persons in Nigeria, they stole money, and after EFCC got them arrested, persecuted, do one or two things, at the end of the day, we will not hear anything again. 105 billion is quite huge. Recovering 5 billion is quite huge. You see, the poverty rate of Nigeria, if you give one state 105 billion, you will see massive projects, things be done, people will be happy. Let me use one state. So for me, fighting of corruption by this administration, they've not done anything as far as I'm concerned. You cannot tell me that you are fighting corruption and you take the person to court, you will say, okay, let's do plea bargaining. Go and bring this so that you can go. No. My prayer is this. Nigerians should be ready. Nigerians should wake up from their slumber. We are close to 2023. I told a friend why before coming to this studio, I say Nigerians, we have been praying. I'm just counting days. Come February, we'll vote out this government. Idris that you talked about is part of this government that is saying they are fighting corruption. One civil servant embezzling over 105 billion, not 100 million, 105 billion.
109.
So, sorry, 109 billion, sorry. So for me, they've not done anything as far as corruption is concerned.
No, let's look at it again from this angle. I need to come back to you again because you also have been a principal officer in the a politician and also all that. You've been close to power too, former SA and all that. You see, my take, Nigerians, as we all have this blaming attitude game. We like blaming others. Now it is very clear that all through 2023, even till now from 2015 that the president was elected, 2023 in perspective, the president and his APC political party has been the most criticized or blamed government ever for all the woes and the tragedies that we have ever experienced as a nation, from corruption to ethnicity to riots and to, burning down of whatever. Now, do you also think that, apart from all this, you agree that that administration, like most Nigerians will complain, don't you also think that Nigerians also have a part to it? Because we have our own, you see, we are from a country where, you see, people always clap for what is wrong. Do you not think that it's not only leadership, that you and me can be part of this whole wrong? What is your take? Don't you feel that Nigerians are always, because we are from a society where somebody just emerges, either as a government, former staff, you're talking about a civil servant, 109. We have not gone into that somebody holding public office.
Yes.
Was recovered in his house. That is the money he put in his house, he recovered. Not the one that he has stolen and hidden in warehouses and grave. And now we are not talking about politicians now, senators, principal officers, presidency, the president's wife and his team. How do you now look at it? Because I believe that most of us Nigerians can be part of this corruption issue because we clamor too much. If during your tenure as SA to the governor, the serving governor of Edo State, you didn't come home with something, your family or your friends will blame you. So all of us, my own thinking is that all of us can be part of it. How do you think that we can always get a different narrative or change our own perspective? Because we are from a system where we clamor for what is wrong.
Thank you again. See, I want to say this.
Yes, sir.
The level of poverty in Nigeria, the level of widespread, let me use that word, of poverty in Nigeria will always give birth for corruption. For
So
example,
it's not something of government officials alone or public office holders?
It's across board. Even in the church, we have corruption.
Go ahead.
The level of poverty in Nigeria, let me use, for example, Pastor Kayode is a civil commissioner. What your people will expect when you come home, festive period like this, give us money. When you tell them, my salary is, for example, is 300,000, I will fuel my car, I will do this, I will do that, they will not believe. And you becoming a commissioner, you want to aspire more, maybe you want to go to House of Assembly or House of Rep, you want to steal. So because the office per se is juicy, people want to be rich, people want to be on top, that tendency to steal from government will always be there.
Does this one cause across board all Nigerians now? Because we are always blaming people.
No. Even let me tell you, my brother, when you see some of our politicians, they go to church, they donate. The reverend or the pastor, the clergy will not ask, this person's money is supposed to be 300,000. If you go across his spending every day, you cannot get 300,000. So it's across board.
Good.
People want to steal, people want to amass wealth by all means. If you are my neighbor, for example, you build a mansion, and your salary, I know your salary, I know your allowance, and your allowance and your salary put together in a month is not up to 1 million, and you are building a mansion of over 5 billion. Where did you get that money from? From that political office. So we are saying political office, allowance, whatever, should be reduced so that people will not go there again. That is the truth. Until we do that, the quest.
No, now listen, sir. That people should not go there again is not what I absolutely believe, because the leaders are from the people. The corruption you said cuts across board.
Yes.
So the people that will still go there, people will not go there again. Okay, now it's something. Now we are moving towards 2023, and everybody seems to be blaming this government, and all of us are Nigerians. What is the guarantee that even the one that we are clamoring for the change to elect by our PVC, you see, it is from the whole, from the entity that they are coming out from. And now that it has degenerated to, you said everybody across board because of the expectation.
Yes.
What is the guarantee? Why not allow us maintain the status quo instead of still hollering and going to vote new people that we always, because this thing is in the blood, except we drain the blood of Nigerians. Are you saying that we drain the blood and put another blood?
No.
So what do we do?
You see, if you go to the streets, let me use Edo as my own local community.
That's
Go to
where
the
you're from.
streets of Benin City.
Yeah.
People are clamoring for change. People are clamoring for change. Oh, we must vote as this government. This government is bad. Things are difficult, my brother. This government is bad. They are corrupt. They told us in 2015 that they are going to fight corruption. Like our sister said a while ago, one person embezzling over 109 billion. People are suffering. People cannot even afford 3 square meals. So, what we are saying, we should not make public office juicy. We should not make public office juicy.
How?
When you make it less juicy, all those allowance, Estaco, reduce it.
Who will reduce it?
The government.
Who is the government?
The government in power.
You see, Mr. Innocent.
Yes.
Bringing it down, how will I put it? Bringing it down to our own level, if I'm to bring it closer home, you see, I wouldn't know if it is because of what the youths are seeing around these political office holders that is making them themselves get hungry to get rich overnight. Because in 2022, we saw these increased cases of ritual killing where little teenagers, 13, 14, 15, get involved in killing one of their girlfriends, started roasting their head in an uncompleted building, and they were caught. What were they doing? Yahoo Plus. And it has become a kind of pride, parents even getting, that's what they call it, press for their children. So if you're looking at corruption in the real sense of it, is it that political office holders made this thing lucrative that our youth now crave for it, and they now say, okay, let all of us get rich because it is good to be rich, irrespective of how you get it. And if we are to curb this corruption in 2023, while waiting for the new government that we're believing is coming for a change, how do we get things in the right perspective that we don't go, like how they said, we don't go back to the same circle we are running away from, corruption?
Again, you made mention of Yahoo boys. Go and write it down. The trend will continue.
Wow.
The trend, go and write it down. I'm a pastor, I'm a politician. The trend will continue. We are in the last days where things are happening. The trend will continue. Those in government will also continue to embezzle. Anybody that is coming in now, it's not going to be easy for the person that is coming in now. But the truth of the matter, it is God and that we need. Yahoo, those in government. Corruption is spread everywhere. It will take time for us as a people, as a nation, to say, oh, let's reduce the level of corruption. There is widespread of poverty. You agree with me. So the issue of corruption, for example, you give your son, who is up to 16, 17 years, go and buy me recharge card, you want to take something. Give your daughter who is 17 or 19 years, you want to take something. Everybody want kickback. Everybody want to live a good life. That is what is leading to this level of corruption that we are in Nigeria. I want
Now
to be
look
on
at this,
top.
sir. Most Nigerians, there's no corruption cost across board. Till today, Donald Trump is still being tried from some of his SSCs in government. He evaded tax. So we are not looking at corruption as a particular Nigerian thing. It's what has been there. Judas was corrupt. He was stealing from his master. The issue is, how do we now give up to destiny? How do we actually need, because there's no problem without solution, apart from the spiritual approach. We agree that there's decadence. The quality of life of Nigerians is not good. Government have neglected the political class. They created this vacuum so that people can be perpetually beggars. And so our youth, our children, because there's no outlet to access to good jobs, they find an exhaust pipe, which is what you call Yahoo now, because water must find its level. When you have a country that is rated as the poverty capital in the world, and the boys are not engaged, you don't completely blame them, even though what they're doing is wrong. The question is, this is 2023.
I don't get out of it.
This is 2023, of all the woes, because the country where you want to spend money without working, it has been part of our problem as a country. Most Nigerians want to spend money without actually having anything on the ground to show that they are doing. That's what breeds some of these things. We have potentials. We have intellectuals that are not engaged. It's like a wasted generation. What do you think, where do you think we should start from? Because if you check the present campaigns and all of that, they are still making noise. All of these campaigns that we are seeing, it's like putting old wine, it's putting new wine inside old wine. Now people are clamoring LP, APC, PDP, but there are some people that have reclined that don't even believe in the system. Most Nigerians will say, if you put PDP or you put APC or you put this Codino or you put NABDECO, they are the same thing because we are from the same mother and father. Now, let's be careful. What do you think, how do you think that we can start? Because there's no problem without solution. How do you think we can start? Because we shall not be talking hopelessly. What do you think can be the solution to actually addressing this issue before we collapse as a nation, God forbid?
We cannot collapse
God forbid.
as a nation.
Yeah.
But our leaders, we must start from our leaders. They must be sincere to the people. If you want to fight corruption, let it start from those in government. That is the only way to go first. Those in government. You arrest, persecute, do the needful. There must be a way out. If you persecute those who stole money from government, Yahoo boys, they will think twice. If you persecute those who stole money from government, the Yahoo boys, they will think twice. That is my submission.
Okay.
Mr. Joshua, in 2022, Nigerians were greeted with this event that shook us to our very core. That is mass exodus of professionals from Nigeria, especially doctors and other health workers, to see greener pastures in Europe, Australia, and all that. And what do you think this will portend for our country a few years from now? And because towards the end of 2022, we were faced with another mass exodus. We're talking about teachers, you know, moving out of Nigeria. What is happening? Is it that we don't have what it takes? I'm not trying to ask the obvious here. It's that we don't have what it takes, or we don't project concerning our future, knowing fully well that if these professionals, they leave, there's going to be a vacuum. And the future of this country, talking about incoming generations, may be bleak. How do you see that, sir?
That question is an intelligent question. I want to say that, from my own point of view, we have doctors who are very, very professional on their own way in Nigeria. For doctors to go out elsewhere to look for greener pastures just to sustain themselves or to continue their medical work. I want to say that Nigeria needs doctors. By going out there to look for greener pastures simply means that what Nigerians are is not really what we see. Because Nigerians, they have great potentials. Our people have great potentials. Our people are knowledgeable. And I want to say to our doctors that if the doctors are going, and they are going one after the other to go elsewhere to learn or to have a greener pastures, then what will be our saying for those who need doctors that are sick? They will not see the doctors that can treat them. But I want to say to our doctors, please, we need you here. Our doctors, I want to say some doctors in Nigeria, when they go outside there, you see, I heard a word that it is a Nigerian doctor in USA. So what I heard, that doctor is occupying a very sensitive position in that side, and is doing well in USA. If a Nigerian doctor can do very well in USA, simply means that our Nigerians, the doctors in Nigeria, are very capable in handling medical issues in Nigeria. So I want to say that the doctors in Nigeria, we need you. So that the hospitals we have, those and healthcare centers we have, we need doctors like that to occupy such positions. Because whereby our people are sick and they come for treatment, and what they hear is that our doctors, they have left. What will become of us?
Thank you, Mr. Joshua. Mr. Innocent, if you have what you want, what you desire in your house, in your home, I don't think you go seek same outside and keep your family under stress. Now, our health sector. Enumeration for the doctors. If everything is in place, do you think they will still go out to seek for greener pastures and leave this vacuum that has been created? So I want you to talk about that.
You see, it goes to show, it goes to tell that our health sector is in a state of quagmire. Our health sector is in a state of, I don't know how to describe it again. You will agree with me that there is exodus movement of medical personnel, not just only doctors.
You're talking about teachers now.
Health workers,
Teachers, not even
teachers, health workers, and all of that. I used to have a neighbor who is a nurse. He told me, sir, in the month of February, I will be leaving. I said, why? He said, no. What I'm being paid is a peanut in Nigeria. And do you know he left? 2 weeks ago, I met with the dad. He said, what that young lady has acquired between the space of 8 months, man, you won't believe. So, job security is there. Good working environment. Good salary. Every human being, including myself, need good, how will I put it? Good working environment, good salary.
Needs a better life.
Needs a better life. You can't hide that. You can't take that. So the quest to live by this professional, the medical teachers and otherwise, they need better life, good salary. You will be here, they will be owing you how many more? Look at the ASU, for example. Oh, will we pay so much? We will not pay so much. After an agreement has been reached, You want to slash their salary? It's not done. This agree, okay, go back to class, we'll pay. So for me, I think I won't blame anybody. Every human being need better life. So if I have the opportunity, me that is sitting down here with you, I will go. But I told a friend, I said, no, I'm old, I have children. The truth of the matter, Nigerians need better life. The state that we are in Nigeria now, not in my sister. If I have the opportunity, I will go. But I told somebody, I said, my children will be going. They are of age. That is the truth.
Now, Pastor, let's come. How do we rebuild the broken walls? You remember the issue of Nehemiah. Now that the walls are broken, we cannot all go out of this country like there was this Andrew checking out and all of that. We agree that there are challenges and issues, but the walls need to be fixed. The country need to be fixed. Nehemiah called the whole of his children and held a meeting to join hands to rebuild the broken walls. Now, as a priest and as a pastor and as a preacher, where do you think we should start from? Because the walls have to be rebuilt. No matter how you go outside to send money under 8 months, and the father sees the quality of life has changed, or look at what my daughter has done, that is an illusion, because that thing will not be sustained till old age. We have to build where we are, and that's where we are still staying here. Where do we start from?
That's great. So when the medical doctors, when they leave here and go to the other side, or the teachers, they leave here and go to the other side, you will see that our schools will be vacant. Again, the hospitals will not have enough medical doctors. My saying is that if the doctors and the teachers are living for greener pastures, it's good. Not that it's not good, but it will also affect us here. Now, I want to say that the doctors should all come together and reason one together. Because Jesus said, come and let us reason together. If there's anything that makes our Lord Jesus to call his disciples, to say, come, let us reason together, simply means one person cannot have an idea to what? To build the broken bridges. So when the whole doctors will come,
Not doctors alone, for
Or
instance.
teachers.
We're talking about the nation now.
the nations,
Nearly all sectors.
okay.
We have even the boys in the street. Former SA said if he has the opportunity, he will also leave. He had an office, it's close to government. That is the level of dissatisfaction. But he said he has children. And here we born, here we live. And here we revive this country. What can be done?
I want to say, what can be done is one, having the fear of God. When our teachers, or our doctors, or those around us in Nigeria, we also have this thing that is also bothering us like this. If we can have the fear of God and have what is called the God factor, and apply wisdom in daily basis, come together, reason together, you will see that this issue that is pending, we have a solution. And also, we also have others who are also enlightened, more highly enlightened. They can come and also have a part to play on it, and also suggest and put ideas, put things together, so that what is the lapses, what we are passing through, the problem we are passing through in this healthcare, in this medical side, or in the teacher side, or in Nigeria in general, will not become a solution. So the God factor must be there. One, we must apply wisdom in everything we do. Two, we must gather ourselves and reason together to solve our problems. Then the other side, the fear of God must be there. If the fear of God is there, then I think that maybe all what we are passing through will become a solution.
Thank you, Mr. Joshua. Viewers, please don't go away. We'll be right back shortly after this break.